Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. I would like to talk about some things for a second. It's very evident that what's going on with Paul Pelosi is I'm sorry, really sad. But I wanted to talk about something before I talk about that because it made me cry. Um, where is he at? Somebody died. I don't remember his name. I actually closed it out, so I'm gonna go to my history because they're not trending no more. I didn't even know this guy, but I know Nickel. Here we go. His brother. Let's see if we can find his brother. Oh, so I got him. I think no, that's not the same Nick Carter. Is it? Here we go. Aaron Carter. I want to show y'all something that's really sad. So, Aaron Carter, singer and brother of Backstreet Boys Nick Carter, dies at the age of 34. It is so sad to know that the singer and brother of the Backstreet Boys, member Nick Carter, has died at the age of 34. What's even more scarier is that this guy, he has schizophrenia and other mental health issues. He's had run-ins and he's done other things, and I feel so bad. I read the whole thing, but I want to go by what I heard and not make up nothing. So let me go back here. Let's see, where did I see that at? Come on, Nick Carter, show up. It's actually, what's his name? Aaron Carter. It made me so sad. Here we go. It's right here. This is the one I want you to see because I want you to study it for a hot second. We're going to take a look at it before we talk about Nancy Pelosi or Paul Pelosi. I just have various subjects I would like to talk about. So, yeah. Let's see. Which one is you? There you are. I love the picture he had. I love the picture. If you notice, hopefully I can zoom in. Let's see if I can zoom in, y'all. Let's see how I look on my other screen before I do that. Okay, it's allowing me to zoom in. Okay, so let's do it like that. Go up. Keep going. You see that watch, y'all? That's as far as I can zoom in. I don't even know what that is on the side of his hand, but that is a watch, ladies and gentlemen. And if you notice, not only does he have a watch on, I mean, everybody have watches, right? But the significance in this is that he's also holding his watch in whatever his ring represents on his index finger and not on his married finger. Or, I don't know. But the significance in this is that he has a watch, a ring, and he's telling people not to say nothing. He looks very serious. Like he's telling them he'll keep something secret or something is secret. So let's see the similarities that this character has. So I'm going to make it very quick. It's going to be a 5-minute segment about this. Let's start. Singer, rapper, actor Aaron Carter was found dead at his home in Lancaster, California, law officials told TMZ Saturday. Fox 11 reported that Carter's body was found in his pool after a neighbor called paramedics to report a drowning. Now, it could be that he was murdered. He was pronounced dead on scene. The younger brother of Backstreet Boys, Nick Carter, was 34. The Lancaster Sheriff's Department confirmed the rap that deputies did respond to his location after a 911 came in at 10:58, but could not confirm that deceased was Aaron Carter. More information should be available within the next 2 hours, police said. Initial reports indicate that the singer was found in his bathtub. Hold up. Something ain't right already. Did y'all? The initial report said that the singer was found in his bathtub, but now they're saying he was found in his pool. That's one sick thing that's going on. Takeoff from the Migos rapper shot dead in Houston at 28. I meant to say that. R.I.P. Takeoff. R.I.P. Aaron. So Carter was open about his past struggles with addiction. In September, he lost custody of the son he shares with ex-fiancee Melanie Martin, and he voluntarily checked into rehab in an attempt to regain custody. Martin claimed Carter broke 3 of her ribs during a domestic dispute in February, and Carter later told TMZ that he planned to sue her for defamation. Could be. But nobody believed him because he had schizophrenia. Once again, in September, fans called police to do a welfare check after it appeared he was doing drugs, and during an Instagram live, Complex reported at the time. He was asleep when law enforcement arrived, and they determined there was no drugs at the scene. Aaron later claimed that it had been a joke. I am tired of people coming after me, so I trolled everybody. Wow. Wow. So fans called the police to do a welfare check, or was it his wife or his ex-wife or his ex-girlfriend? He was asleep when law enforcement arrived, and they determined there were no drugs at the scene. Aaron later claimed it's been a joke. I am tired of people coming after me, so I trolled everybody, he told TMZ. Carter was, no, we're not going to read all of that. It's more to this story. Hold on. Let me get down to what I read. And this isn't the same article. What I read was, okay. Wow. Wow. So many things, man. By 2007, I'll read the ending of this. By 2017, his healthy took a turn for the worse, causing him to appear on a syndicated talk show, The Doctors, to explain that his emaciated appearance wasn't because he had cancer or a sexually transmitted disease, but that candida caused severe weakening of his immune system. He had become malnourished and underweight and dependent on a mixture of benzodiazepines with opiates. This is just sickening, man. This isn't the one that actually have it, but I am referring to him because this was the one, but let me make sure. Was this the one? Hold on. Yahoo Entertainment. I think it was Yahoo Entertainment. So I'm not understanding why they're not putting the part where he is schizophrenic and have a lot of mental health issues. But they're not even talking about that. Yeah. So anyway, with that being said, I just wanted to talk about Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter, I did not know who he was. I did not know who he was. I feel so bad for him. Like seriously, I feel so bad for him. So let's continue, okay? We're not going to stop there. We're going to continue. And what I wanted to talk about was Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi. I want y'all to see a video real quick and follow me. Follow me on. Thank you. Follow me on the Kimberly Cloud Show. Okay, let's see. And that's on Facebook. This is a simple, I'm not going to be on here that long, but I just wanted y'all to see this. We're going to go through this whole video. Our children, our grandchildren, and I are heartbroken and traumatized by the life-threatening attack on our pop. The only people I really care about is the children, the grandchildren. I could care less about who your children is, because to be quite honest, this isn't a threat. This isn't talking junk. This is just being realistic. Your daughter is running for a seat, your seat. You haven't let not one Republican flood in through your community, other than the ones that look back crazy. And it's just ridiculous.
Our officers observed Mr. Pelosi and the suspect both holding a hammer.
Now, let's be realistic. He was holding a hammer. He was holding a hammer like this, probably, right? And when he was holding this hammer, why didn't he think to get a weapon? Why didn't he think this? I don't get what he was thinking, but think about it, everybody. You got these people that never get quite to the FBI, that never quite get to Nancy Pelosi. They always after Nancy Pelosi. Sometimes you can stage an attack to get attention. But some people actually, Nancy, go through that crap. And you know it. Aaron Carter was schizophrenic. He started having conspiracy theories. And now he's dead. But he was in the great state of California. He lost all that weight.
The suspect pulled the hammer away from Mr. Pelosi and violently assaulted him with.
Now, he pulled it away when he saw the cops, but he was cool with him. He was the best friend ever. Like, Anybody out there watching, y'all should do a little skit where I shouldn't say this. I gotta stop. Look. It should be like a skit done where I'm not trying to make fun of Paul Pelosi. God bless his soul. God bless what happened to him. But I would shut up if he sat up there and give us the tapes. Give us the tapes. Give us the tapes. We don't want to hear from an officer. We don't want to hear what Nancy Pelosi has to say. We don't want to hear what Paul Pelosi testimony is. We want to see the tapes like we seen the tapes when they pulled you over. Or did you get a pass on this? It's not going to be released until after the elections. We demand to see the tape before elections so we can recollect who we going to vote for, Nancy. What's going on, Nancy? We want the tapes. But let's continue with the footage.
Our officers immediately tackled the suspect, disarmed him, took him into custody, requested emergency backup, and rendered medical aid.
Think about this, y'all. It took Mike Tyson all of a second to bite his ear off. It takes a killer all of a second to pull that trigger. This had to be, this is a funny issue because they knew it would have loopholes. You telling me this dude sat up there and he found out where Paul Pelosi lived. He got in successfully without nobody really noticing him. Right? He did all this planning. He had a book bag that could have had a gun in the back or some mace or some serious ammo with some serious bomb material. It's all over the internet how to make a bomb. All over YouTube. Even though you get monitored for it. And he brings some zip ties and a hammer. He was that desperate to break Nancy Pelosi's kneecaps. What were you going to ask? That's another question we got. We not only got a question about the cameras, Nancy, but what was the Pepe going to ask? What was the Pepe going to ask? What question was he going to ask you? And can you address it with the people? What was so serious to break your kneecaps for? What was that? What was the question? Everybody want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. That's all I want to know. And as soon as you can answer those questions before elections, then I already voted, but then the people that haven't voted will feel more comfort in the government. Make us feel comfortable, Democrats. And maybe in 2024, I'll vote for you, but I haven't felt comfortable. Because y'all not going to make it comfortable for people like me. And I knew it from the beginning. And therefore, I voted for Trump. And I do remember watching some of the elections. And that's why. Because I remember, I fell asleep on it, some of it, but my unconscious mind remembers the material that he said. 47 plus years 20 to 30 years with Nancy Pelosi in office. 20 to 30 years with Chuck Schumer in office. Nobody wanted to build a wall. Their agenda was very clear. Their agenda is very clear. Look at what's going on around us. Even if you are in the suburbs or a great neighborhood, look at what's going on. You still can't go to the store without feeling scared. You may be able to stay on the better area, but that doesn't mean nothing. You still can get stabbed. So, can I talk to you? Hi. So, yeah, man, this is sickening. Let's see what else they wrapped up with their finger.
Based on our investigation at this point, that this was not a random act. This was intentional. And it's wrong.
This is obviously a guy, right? This is obviously a guy, right? Who intentionally drinks. He's an alcoholic. He has to take alcohol classes for what, 5 days he did? Or a month? I don't remember. But I know addicts. I know because I used to be a counselor for addicts at a methadone clinic 2 to 3 times, I believe. And if he's reckless enough to drive his car, Nancy must have blackmailed him. That's what it is. She blackmailed him. Oh my God. If he's reckless to drive a car, if he's reckless enough to drive a car to embarrass Nancy, he had to redeem himself. He had to redeem himself by shedding a little blood, right? I figured it out, police. I know I won't be able to prove it. I wasn't there, but this is my conspiracy theory. I'm crazy. Remember that. I'm crazy. I'll stick with that story. So I'm not saying I'm delusional, but I say I'm crazy with conspiracy theories. That's what you label me as anyway, right? That's what's going to happen to me anyway, right? Everything I tell you, you're going to say is dismissive. But think about this. The motive to all of this could have went like this. Paul Pelosi was doing reckless things. He got too drunk, which we all seen the footage of. Too drunk. He slammed into a vehicle. A good Mexican tried to tell the police officers what was happening, but they needed a translator. I remember the whole story. Now midterms are coming up. And this guy, this calculated guy, he was on a mission and he knew he didn't have that much time. But he was so calm to calmly break in, calmly walk away, calmly calm, because Nancy Pelosi's husband calms people down. This is visualize this. Close your eyes while I'm telling you this. He calmly called the police and said his friend was here, which is code, FBI code for we're in a burglary. They're never going to let the press know that. They're never. But why wasn't any security guards there? So he calmly walked in, broke a door, found in that big old house Nancy Pelosi's husband. Then all he did was he shot it out. Once he shot it out, where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? He's like, she's in Washington. He said, okay, well, I'm going to tie her up. And if she lies, then I'm going to break her kneecaps. Think about that story for a second. Now, if he really wanted to hurt Nancy or Paul, don't you think he just would have took out Paul altogether? He wouldn't even, where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? She's in Washington. Okay, fine. Pow, you're dead. That would have hurt Nancy tremendously. And it would have hurt the Republicans tremendously. But this could help the Democrats because now there's people believing this crap. There's people believing this crap. And I don't condone hating, but I hate what you did to me. Y'all all know y'all contributed to every personnel on this United States soil. Their turmoil, their death, their cancer. Or should I get a little bit more in depth with colon cancer? So, it's funny, Nancy. Now you know who I am. I don't want you dead. Obviously, nobody wants you dead as much as you say they do. But it's funny that one person. See, this is how you know it's orchestrated. Because when it's a senator, this is how I'm tired of seeing this political stunt crap on TV to make more security for them. So what do? See, the Black Lives Matter group is a Democrat group, and they tried to kill Trump. So that's a fact. That's a fact. But only a selected few riled up a crowd. Only a selected few riled up the crowd at the place, the insurrection, January 6th. And what did they do then? Where's Nancy? Like, who cares where Nancy is? Everybody is threatening this woman, and yet she don't have no security for her husband? When you got Russia threatening you, when you got places like China threatening you, and he come in just to break your kneecaps with no gun, I don't buy it. And then you don't give out the footage. I would gladly apologize. I love looking stupid because it's a learning experience. I would gladly apologize to you if you only gave out the footage. Will you? Do you feel like punching me in the face right now, Nancy? Like you want to do Trump? I may get deleted off of YouTube again, but I'm going to open another account. And it always be on YouTube. And if it gets removed, it gets removed. I don't care. But these people need to hear the truth about who you truly are. So did I miss anything? Let me see. I'm not even finished. And we're at 30 minutes. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. It's only a 3-minute video. Bear with me. And it's less than 3 minutes. Bear with me.
This is despicable. There's no place in America. There's too much violence, political violence.
You see what I'm saying, y'all? He couldn't even finish. I'm not saying it. He is. There's no place in America. There's too much violence, too much political violence. So it's not enough violence for the regular people, but it's too much violence for politicians. I'm catching on. I've been catching on, but now the more I look and the more I probe, the more I see. And y'all not looking too good, man. For real.
Too much hatred. Too much vitriol.
A politics where...
Wow, y'all. He spat in our face when he said that. Do y'all really want to know what vitriol is? Let's look up what vitriol is. I want to make sure I looked up, because that sounds like a drug to me. Let's see what the definition of it means. Too much cruel and bitter criticism. Sound like visceral. That's what it sounds like, visceral. Hold on. Okay.
Where some in office or who aspire to office work to stir up division, to make folks as angry and as afraid of one another.
Those are key words, you guys. Have you heard of transference, you guys? Have you heard of transference? Like, transference is when I give you my energy virtually or in person or hybrid. Everybody does transference, whether it's good transference or bad transference. We do transference. And so I learned this in psychology, and I learned how to do things. And everybody that takes psychology learns something from it and want to know how to do things to get people attention without doing anything violent. And that's why I chose psychology. And maybe one day I can get a doctorate in psychology and learn and be a hypnotherapist or something on top of everything else. Or maybe a judge like Jerry Springer. Judge Jerry. Woo woo, Jerry. But, I wanted to be a hypnotist and, a doctor and all that good stuff, man. I wanted to do. And, Biden, he had a nerve it sounds like visceral. It doesn't sound like vitriol. It sounds like visceral to me. But it's cruel. I learned a new word, cruel and unusual talking about people, I guess. I don't know. But we'll see. Hold on. Let's see what else we got to say.
Another for their own advantage.
If I was to tell you, think of a time that you were angry or you were upset, what would you say? You would be like, I feel angry. I feel upset. Like, seriously, you would be like, I feel angry. I can say anger. There are key words that people can say to you to reverse transference and cause you to feel that way about the opponent. Don't believe me? Why don't nobody like my stuff except 7 likes? I love it. You guys are rock. So, like, seriously, I don't get it. Like, how is it that I was about to say out my mouth and then I looked at my like count and it was like 7 of them? I was like, yay. But that's a lot for me. But the political stance in all of this, like, it's cruel and unusual to do these things to people, but it's not right what he's doing to us, y'all. It is definitely not right what is going on in the world, and they're shielding our eyes through, like, what would you do? That song, what would you do for a Klondike bar? All the gay people like, yeah. And the other people like, come on. But what would you do for a Klondike bar? Right? What would you do to keep the seat? If you say you would do anything, see, they think they're not lying to God when they say, I'll do anything. And then they do it, they hide it, right? They do it, they hide it, and they get away with it because we allow them to. We don't dig deep. People that dig deep are conspiracy theorists. People that dig deep are not only conspiracy theorists, but they're labeled as crazy, as delusional, as schizophrenic. So what do we do for a Klondike bar? What would Liz Cheney do for a Klondike bar? What would Nancy Pelosi do for a Klondike bar?
And all of this has been amped up, hyped up 24/7 on social media, on platforms that oftentimes find controversy and conflict more profitable than telling the truth.
Your buddy couldn't even tell the truth. Your president buddy couldn't even tell the truth when you sat up there and said to him, and I quote, let's build them cages. Let's build them cages. I'm not mad at Obama whatsoever. I'm kind of mad at him because I hashtagged him enough times. He was president during my downfall. And now that every effing Democrat was president during my downfall, during my deep, deep, darkest moments. And I noticed that because I always liked Trump. I always liked him. I love that guy. And I don't mean it in a sexual manner. You can love somebody, love thy neighbor, like in the Bible. And I'll say it again, I love Donald Trump. If you can love thy neighbor, you can love thy Donald Trump. Because he is one of my neighbors, just like Marty Kaiser. He's a neighbor from a long, 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 long distance. Takes me a while, but he is a neighbor. He's not my immediate neighbor, but he's definitely my neighbor. Right? Should I break down and start, singing that song? Won't you be my neighbor? I'm going to be a different senator. And if I don't win, forget it. Like Nelly said, let me in now. Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now. Oh man, I got y'all cracking up. No, all jokes aside, though, if you don't let me in for senator by 2028, you don't want to know what I'm going to do next. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. But y'all know if I'm giving y'all this face. Like, seriously. I'm not joking. Should I sing the song again? Like, that's how serious. I may be smiling. I may be smiling. I may be smiling, but seriously, this is bloopers y'all are getting from me to you. Yeah, so it is crazy with the Paul Pelosi thing. Y'all better wake up. Let me let the whole tape ride out and then I'll speak. I'm not going to be on here more than an hour though. Hold on, y'all. Another conspiracy theory I don't get. Do y'all ever remember people saying that the cops let them in and then 3 to 4 of those cops committed suicide? Because I don't know if they wanted to testify or not. See, Marty had a saying, y'all, and please don't leave me now. I had to say this, but if you look at Marty Kaiser website, I skimmed through it and I read some things. Some things I didn't understand, some things I did. But what I did understand, and it's coming to that, and I want y'all to think long and hard about this. Marty said at the end, and I want y'all to read it. I'm encouraging y'all to read it, that we are only safe in our minds. But just as the CIA said that you can put something in placement, you don't even need, all you need is metal in you. We have that naturally in our blood. And it's iron. It starts off with iron. And then we have manipulated and mixed different chemicals in us. Because you have to get it, right? I'm not mad, but I know this isn't a conspiracy theory. And I'm talking about birth. What do we get at birth? What do we get at birth, y'all? We get shots, right? What about the Tuckasegee Airmen? Now Camp Lejeune. You see a pattern? I just want answers, so I can rest in peace knowing that I did the right thing. And that's why I do this, because some people don't even know what's going on out there. I promise you, I pinky sweat. No, pinky. I was like, what is this? I was trying to lie again. No, I pinky swear. I'm not lying, but I was lying about getting back on my show because if he say something interesting, all I'm gonna do is stop the tape and talk about it. but I'll let it play. And if you hear me laugh, don't start laughing. Well, do start laughing because it's interesting to me. So hold on.
You think about right now about crime and how we've been talking about this for the last 2 years. This can happen anywhere. Crime is random, and that's why it's such a significant part of this election story.
Yeah, Steve, Chief.
I want y'all to know, I want y'all to think long and hard about my conspiracy theories, because that's all they are. I already know I'm about to get kicked off of YouTube for saying the stuff I said. I can filter it, but everybody on this planet can work and have an agenda some way, somehow. And I'm about to get off of here. And I love you guys, man, because I have to go walk my dog before he goes crazy on me and start whining. So take care, man. I love you guys. Y'all be safe out there, and I'll see you guys later. I don't feel like I deserve to owe nobody an apology. I feel like I owe y'all an apology because I don't feel like I owe anybody, only because, listen to why I say that, because I want y'all to know the truth, or my conspiracy theory, should I say. My conspiracy theory. They keep spitting out conspiracy, saying that people are putting conspiracy theories. Let this be a conspiracy theory, but we still have not seen the tapes. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's fact. So you'll kick me off of here because you know everything I'm saying is fact. But you censor NBC. You censored NBC. You have them apologizing to you for what you did to your forehead, to your husband, because of blackmail.